Matt, there's a new study that ranked all 50 states from the most sinful to the least sinful.
Okay, Nevada
is not number one.
No. Okay.
Just kidding. It is.
Oh, all right.
I was waiting for you to be like, really?
My second guess was going to be Jersey.
No.
Isn't that where Atlantic City is?
It is, but it is. Let me get to the link to make sure. It's not in the top 10.
Wow. Okay. What the H? So number one is Nevada.
Number one is Nevada. Number two?
California.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Number three.
Number three, Florida.
Oh, that's number four. Good job.
Number three, New York.
Nope. That's number 10.
I almost said New York City, but that's a city, not a state.
You're very close when you say new.
Did I say New Jersey?
You did, but that's 21.
There's other news. New Mexico.
Maybe think city new.
What?
New Orleans, Louisiana is number 3.
Well, you fooled me with new. So we're talking states. Okay, fine.
Okay.
And then I need to guess number 5 to win?
Yeah.
Number 5, I will say, is Washington State.
Pennsylvania. Now, these are based on stats that match up with the 7 deadly sins. Crime rates for wrath, theft, jealousy, fast food joints per capita for gluttony, casinos for greed, porn sites for lust, plastic surgery rates for vanity, and exercise rates for sloth. So, big question now is, where is our main listening area? Where do they rank, you ask?
Yes.
Missouri is number 23.
Okay.
Not too far behind New Jersey. Uh-oh. Kansas, 29.
All right.
Nebraska, 42. And Iowa, 46.
Where are they at in Colorado?
Colorado is 17. Uh-oh.
17.
Yeah, Colorado is more sinful than New Jersey.
You think it's all the doobie smoking that's going on over there?
Oh, maybe.
Well, watch out. Here comes Missouri. Smoke a bunch of doobs, and then you eat too much, and then you're sloth-like.
Right.
And not in a good way like the guy from Goonies.
Not in a good way.
Yeah.
Least sinful state? Wyoming.
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 Yeah, right. They're doing some... Okay.
Yep.
They don't have the internet there, though, so they can't search for... They can't find porn. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Thanks, Kate.
Yeah.
All right, Kate, brain scientists say that research shows that love is more about the chemicals in your brain than the muscles in your heart.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think they're taking the whole I heart you thing a little bit too literally, maybe. Like, hey, guess what we found out? It's not actually the organ in your chest that has to do with if you're in love with someone or not.
Right.
Yeah, they did a study. There are long-term changes in our brain when we connect with someone that links us to those individuals, sometimes for life.
Mm-hmm.
Love at first sight is more likely a flood of dopamine and serotonin, while that faded feeling of finding a soulmate could just be a deluge of oxytocin, a neurotransmitter that causes brain changes that help us form bonds, Kate.
Does it say anything in the article about people dying of literally a broken heart?
It doesn't. Do you think that happens?
I do.
Okay.
And again, like you say, not necessarily because the heart stopped working physically.
Right.
But because, yeah.
I'm no longer getting oxytocin since my loved one is dead because that's a reciprocal thing.
Yes.
And therefore, I must go now.
Yep.
No, it does not say that here.
Okay.
But I like the idea.
Yeah. It's real.
Okay, they found a 2,000-year-old 6-inch long thing that they might be an adult toy.
Ew.
Yeah. It might be the oldest Roman adult toy ever found, in fact.
Ew.
It's wooden. It's got carvings to indicate that, oh yeah, that looks like a thing. 6.3 inches. And they think it might not have necessarily been used that way, Kate.
How many inches?
6.3.
Ew.
Well, that's pretty standard size, isn't it?
Gosh.
Oh, so they think it might not have been used that way. It might not have been used dirtily. It could have been placed up in some commons area where people would walk by and touch it for good luck.
The talking stick at therapy.
I guess. Yeah.
Gross. Ew.
Wait until you're holding the wooden you know what. Yep.
Where'd they find it?
This was in Rome.
I mean, was it buried next to someone or?
Let me see. Does it say anything about where specifically they found it? It was found in a ditch at the Roman fort site of Vindolanda in England, Kate. This is back in 1992 when they found it, but recently they started doing more science on it.
Ew.
Carved from an ash tree. I don't know if they tested it that way, Kate.
Okay. How would they, I mean.
See how far along you can get yourself with this. There you go.
Right? Ew.
See, objects' characteristics could also be consistent with its use as a pestle for grinding food ingredients, Kate.
Sure.
Or medicinal materials.
Right. That's what they're calling it these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Grinding.
I didn't even thought of that part. Good point.
I know, right?
Good point.
Okay, Matt, you said you played with the chatbot thingamajig, right? ChatGPT?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to use the verbiage that they gave you for a commercial and you forwarded it to a client, would they be able to know, like, is there some sort of like watermark or indicator that you didn't write it?
Not as far as I know. I think the only indicator would be, hey, this grammar seems too proper.
Okay.
I don't know. This grammar seems too spot on. But
okay.
My guess is that's not it.
Okay. The reason I ask is because we're not the only ones messing around with the Chat GPT, but preachers are getting in on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Preach.
Sermons written by Chat GPT. And so I'm wondering, like, if the preacher were to blog it, or would they know? Would there be some giveaway that, like, oh, they didn't write this. This is from Chat GPT.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
But apparently I read an article on the Post about pastors getting upset about it because preaching from chatbot sermons lacks a soul.
Oh.
Yeah. Lazy pastors might be tempted to use AI for this purpose, but not the great shepherds, the ones who love preaching, who love their people. Because the Chat GPT lacks any human warmth.
Don't a lot of these preachers already subscribe to some kind of internet homily or whatever the non-Catholic equivalent is?
Sermons.com. I don't know.
Sermons.com. Yeah.
Is there a Cliff Notes for sermons?
It's one of the primary jobs that they do, right? Doing the sermon?
I would think they'd have their own library, but I read it on the Post that it was funny that, like, pastors were not happy with AI sermons.
Oh, so there might be some strife within the pastoral community?
Yeah.
Over the ones who write off, they get out their fountain pen and write
with their laptop and clack away.
I was thinking on like a scroll.
Oh.
Like you're going to have the whole spectrum of people. You got the people who are just using ChatGPT and then drinking the church's wine. And then you got the people who are doing typing on their computer. And then you got the people who are like, come on, all you guys are cheating. You got to type it out or you got to write it out on a scroll.
There you go.
In my fantasy world of how the pastoral thing goes, at least.
With a fountain pen and not with a feather?
Doesn't the fountain pen have a feather? Or a feather, you just use is it
quill?
Quill? You just use the part of the feather okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You probably could go further left than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. And see, I haven't explored this. Yeah, I was never really thought about it as a career, so I don't know that much about it. Yeah, I know.
Shocking.
Well, now that I can have a chatbot do it for me,
right?
Maybe I'll reconsider.
Matt, how do you feel about drinking beer that was brewed with air conditioning condensation?
that could either be incredibly gross or maybe there's some kind of purification that happens. I don't know.
Okay, let me ask you one more time. How do you feel about drinking beer that was crafted with air conditioning condensation from the air conditioning units at the San Diego airport?
Okay, yeah, that was the additional detail I was looking for. I thought maybe there was some kind of, like, we took a regular window unit and transformed it into a water purification device that makes the best lager. But no, this is just...
So San Diego's East Village Brewing Company has worked with the airport to put that precious, quote-unquote, water to use.
Wow, okay.
They collected the condensate from all of the airport's ACs, purified it, and then used that as the basis for 2 new beers. Okay, one is a West Coast IPA called Hoppy Travels.
Clever.
And the other one is a German-style Pilsner called Pre-Flight Pils.
Pre-Flight Pils. Those are both quite clever names.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed that this place creates that much water. A brewery could actually make like a sustainable amount of beer out of it, I guess. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hoppy Travels gets a 3.9 out of 5 on the beer app Untapped.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
And the Pre-Flight Pils gets a 3.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are good numbers. Interesting.
I also think that this was done on a grand scale. So if you do like brew your beer at home, like maybe you shouldn't jump to that. Like, hey, if San Diego Airport does it, we can do it off of our window unit. Like,
right. Probably take a long time.
Probably, yeah.
And you probably don't have the ability to treat it as well, be my guess, as opposed to these commercial manufacturers. Or I guess you could just drink some air conditioning water by itself and maybe you'll catch a buzz.
Maybe, yeah.
Lay down next to your air conditioner and put the little hose in your mouth. There you go.
Yahtzee.
Whatever it takes to get you there. More Americans are getting part-time jobs, Kate.
Yes, in addition to their full-time jobs?
In addition to, or they're doing multiple part-time jobs because they got too burned out on one career.
Okay.
On doing a 40-hour work week for one particular man. They decided to do it for 2.
Okay.
Or more. Where are you at on this?
I am not getting a full-time or a part-time job.
Oh, okay. Did you ever have 2 jobs at the same time?
Yes.
What were they?
High school and college, I definitely had 2 jobs at the same time. I thought about getting a part-time job not too long ago, and I got the part-time job, but it gave me like a lot of anxiety thinking about how I was going to do everything, so I didn't do it.
Gave up.
Yep.
Quitter.
I said thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, about that. You didn't even start it, did you?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Nope.
I worked at McDonald's and mailboxes, etc. at the same time back in the day, back in college.
Yeah.
Or back in high school, I should say. Yeah. It was nice to kind of have things mix up a little bit, you know, because McDonald's was pretty intense.
Right.
Mailboxes, etc. Not that intense.
Just around the holidays, I bet.
Yeah, that's true. Around the holidays.
Yeah.
They have to go to the post office at the end of the day, and then that one dude who overpromised on how quickly items would get there via priority mail. Oh yeah, priority mail, that'll get there in time. Like, you're just saying that. That's not true. Trust us.
Matt, I found some interview tips.
Interview tips. Okay, job interview?
Job interviews can be really scary.
This isn't for news reporters.
No.
Okay. Just clearing it up because, you know, journalists love to listen to Matt and Kate. Did you know that, Kate?
Totally. Who doesn't?
I think most people know. Yeah, good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know that part of the interview when the interviewer asks you, well, tell me about yourself. And it's very open-ended and you're just like, where do I start?
Yeah.
What do I do? So instead of just, you know, going on and on and on about like your life story or your reading your resume, basically, what you should do is you should say, I'm happy to talk about myself. What exactly are you interested in learning about?
Yeah, that's
right?
good. I thought maybe it's going to be you first. You go first.
Right? You tell me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good tip.
So the interviewer will be forced to think about more of what they're looking for from the candidate.
Yeah, that's helpful to have some kind of lead.
Yeah, and managers and recruiters appreciate the confidence that comes with speaking up. And they'll go, oh, this person really does fit into this position because they're, fit better into the position, talking about the position, talking about what we want to know.
Right. So, leading with something personal. What do I say first? Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Dig that.
Yeah. So instead of starting from the beginning, just say, happy to talk about myself. What exactly are you interested in learning about? There's your interview tip there.
Nice. Did you hear about Pokemon Sleep, Kate?
No. As opposed to Pokemon Go?
Exactly. Yeah, you figured it out.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that concludes the segment.
There you go.
Pokemon Sleep. No, so apparently this was first announced 4 years ago. Mobile game that tracks your sleep. So you go to bed and then you put your phone next to you on the bed and then it somehow monitors your sleep.
Okay.
Or you can wait. So on July 14th, the Pokemon Go Plus connects to both Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Go. So you can just set that on your bed and it'll monitor you and then you'll get, Pokemon for sleeping.
Oh.
Sounds like a good idea, don't you think?
Sure.
Reward sleep with Pokemon?
Yeah.
No?
I mean, if you like Pokemon, this is a good way to get some, right?
Yeah, are you not into them?
No.
The kids? No?
No.
The kids expressing the interest in Pokemon?
No.
Okay.
Yep.
So I assume they won't be getting Pokemon Sleep.
No.
No. Okay. Even though it features Snorlax?
No.
Okay.
What is Snorlax?
My guess is it's a Pokemon who sleeps and the word snores in its name.
Oh, okay.
Snorlax. Pokemon Sleep. Coming to your phone this summer.
Did you do a lot of Pokemon Go?
For the show, once upon a time I did.
Yeah.
Previous to the Matt and Kate show, when I was doing Afternoon Drive. Yeah, just for cultural literacy purposes. I'll try this out and see what's up. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be culturally illiterate going forward. That's where that ended, yeah.
There you go.
New features are rolling out that will automatically limit screen time for minors and expand parental controls in TikTok, Kate.
Nice.
So this feature will allow the teens to still increase the amount of time they watch TikTok. But it makes them have to make a conscious effort. It's like, okay, you went from 1 hour and now you're at 2 hours a day. Are you sure you want to, now expand your screen time to 3 hours a day, for example?
Are you sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah. So, it's an attempt, but like many things internet related, the kids will figure it out.
Right.
Right.
Kids are smart.
That's why you need to limit them to Pinterest, right, Kate?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You can still look up some weird stuff on Pinterest, though.
Yeah, like ASMR cake, like your youngest did once upon a time.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things that happened on the show. I was talking about Elliot looking up ASMR cake on Pinterest. What a delight.
Right. I mean, how did you get there? Like, I get some of the ASMR stuff, but like making a cake ASMR, like what?
That's less creepy than the whispering.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah, I was going to impersonate someone whispering, which I guess impersonating someone whispering is just simply me whispering. But I didn't want to trigger anybody while they're driving.